7 languages are spoken across Africa, representing about 1/3 of the world's languages. Nigeria alone has over 500 languages. This linguistic diversity reflects Africa's geographic diversity and long history of human
500?
habitation.
We got 30 incredible facts about Africa. Let's go ahead and check this one out, guys.
Humanity. But what you think you know about this continent is probably wrong. These 30
Really?
geography facts will completely change how you see the world's second largest continent.
Let's
Number
get
30.
it.
Africa is way bigger than maps show. Thanks to the Mercator projection, most world maps make Africa look roughly the same size as Greenland. In reality, Africa is 14 times larger than Greenland. You could fit the United States, China, India, Japan, and most of Europe inside Africa.
That's crazy,
and still have
bro.
room left over.
That's crazy.
Africa covers 30.37 million square kilometers, which is about 20% of Earth's total land area. When you see those viral true-size maps, the difference is shocking. Most people's mental image of Africa's size is completely wrong because of map distortion. Number 29. The Sahara Desert is growing. The Sahara isn't just the world's largest hot desert at 9 million square kilometers. It's actually expanding.
Wow.
Since 1920, the Sahara has grown by about 10% due to climate change and land use patterns. That's an area roughly the size of South Dakota added to the desert every few decades. The southern edge, called the Sahel, is particularly vulnerable. Droughts push the desert southward, swallowing farmland and forcing communities to migrate. This isn't ancient history. It's happening right now, reshaping the geography of northern Africa. Number 28.
Dang, I didn't know that,
Africa has
y'all.
all major climate zones, from Mediterranean climates in the north to tropical rainforests at the equator, temperate regions in the south, and everything in between. Africa contains every single
we gotta
climate
mention the snow ones with
classification known to
Sutu.
science. You've got snow-capped mountains, scorching deserts, lush jungles, grasslands, and even regions that experience all 4 seasons. Mount Kilimanjaro has glaciers at its peak while sitting just 200 miles from the equator. This diversity exists because Africa spans from 37 degrees north to 35 degrees south latitude, straddling the equator perfectly. Number 27. The Nile isn't actually the world's longest river anymore. For decades, the Nile held the title at 6,650 kilometers. But recent satellite measurements and source discoveries have given the Amazon that crown at 6,992 kilometers. However, the Nile remains Africa's longest river and flows through 11 countries: Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Ethiopia, Eritrea, South Sudan, Sudan, and Egypt. That's more countries than any other river on Earth. The Nile's importance to African civilization cannot be overstated. It's been the lifeblood of the region for over 5,000 years.
It doesn't touch Kenya, y'all?
Number
Did he say
26.
Kenya?
Lake Tanganyika is the world's longest freshwater lake. Stretching 676 kilometers along the East African Rift, Lake Tanganyika is not just long. It's also the world's second deepest lake at 1,470 meters. It's so old, formed 9 to 13 million years ago, that it contains species found nowhere else on Earth. The lake holds about 16% of the world's available fresh water, second only to Lake Baikal in volume. 4 countries share its shores: Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, Tanzania, and Zambia. In some places, you can't see the opposite shore even on a clear day. Number 25. Africa has the world's largest uninterrupted waterfall. Victoria Falls, called Mosio Otunya, or the Smoke That Thunders locally, is 1,708 meters wide and 108 meters high.
Shout out to my
During peak
Zimbabweans.
flow, over 500 million liters of water cascade over the edge every minute. The spray can be seen from 50 kilometers away, rising hundreds of meters into the sky. The sound is deafening. Indigenous people named it the Smoke That Thunders because from a distance, it looks like a massive bushfire with the mist resembling smoke.
You know, I never thought about how loud this waterfall could be. That never even come to mind about how loud it is, that water hitting, smacking the, you know what I'm saying? Smacking the bottom, wherever it's smacking the water, whatever it's smacking, you know what I'm saying? I never thought about that, bro. It's definitely loud because look how high it is.
It's neither the tallest nor widest waterfall individually, but the combination makes it the largest sheet of falling water in the world. Number 24. The Great Rift Valley is splitting Africa in two. The East African Rift System is literally tearing the continent apart. Running from the Red Sea down through Kenya, Tanzania, and Mozambique. This 6,000-kilometer crack in the Earth's crust is widening by a few millimeters each year. In about 50 million years, East Africa
50
will be a
million,
separate
y'all.
island, and a new ocean will fill the gap. In 2018, a massive crack suddenly appeared in Kenya, measuring 15 meters deep and stretching for kilometers. Geologists confirmed it was evidence of the rift's ongoing activity. Africa is actively breaking apart right now.
Wow.
Number 23, Madagascar is unlike anywhere else on Earth. Madagascar separated from Africa about 165 million years ago, and from India about 90 million years ago. This isolation created one of the most unique ecosystems on the planet. About 90% of Madagascar's wildlife exists nowhere else on Earth. It's not just lemurs. There are entire families of plants, reptiles, and insects found only here. Geographically, Madagascar is the world's fourth largest island, but biologically, it's essentially another world. Scientists call it the eighth continent because of its unique biodiversity. Number 22. Africa has active volcanoes that produce rare blue lava. Mount Nyiragongo in the Democratic Republic of Congo contains the world's largest lava lake and occasionally produces bright blue flames. These blue flames aren't actually lava, but burning sulfuric gases that emerge from cracks at extremely high temperatures. The volcano is one of the most active in Africa and notoriously dangerous. Its lava is unusually fluid and can flow at speeds up to 100 kilometers per hour, faster than most people can run. The last major eruption in 2002 destroyed much of the city of Goma. Number 21. The Okavango Delta flows into a desert and disappears. The Okavango River flows from Angola into Botswana, where instead of reaching the ocean, it fans out into the Kalahari Desert and simply vanishes through evaporation and transpiration. This creates the world's largest inland delta, covering up to 15,000 square kilometers during flood season. Paradoxically, the flood season in the delta occurs during the dry season because water takes months to flow from the rainfall areas. This creates an incredible oasis in the desert, supporting massive populations of elephants, lions, hippos, and hundreds of bird species. Number 20. Africa has pink flamingo lakes that turn into breeding grounds. Lake Natron in Tanzania and several other soda lakes across East Africa turn pink due to cyanobacteria and are so alkaline they can reach pH levels of 12. These harsh conditions are perfect for lesser flamingos, which breed here in the millions. The lakes are so caustic, they can burn skin and preserve animals that die in the water, essentially mummifying them.
Wow.
Yet flamingos thrive, feeding on the spirulina algae that gives them their pink color. Aerial photos show millions of flamingos creating vast pink carpets across the lake surfaces. Number 19. The Sahara used to be green. Between 11,000 and 5,000 years ago, the Sahara was covered in grasslands, lakes, and forests. Cave paintings show people hunting hippos and crocodiles in areas that are now barren desert. This green Sahara, or African humid period, supported thriving communities. What happened? Changes in Earth's orbital tilt altered rainfall patterns, gradually turning lush grassland into desert. Scientists predict that in about 15,000 years, the cycle could repeat, and the Sahara might turn green again. The desert you see today is temporary in geological terms. Number 18.
Hey, now
Africa
you contradicting yourself because earlier you said it was, you know what I'm saying? Earlier he said it was expanding.
Languages than any other continent. Over 2,000 languages are spoken across Africa, representing about 1/3 of the world's languages. Nigeria alone has over 500 languages. This linguistic diversity reflects Africa's geographic diversity and long history of human habitation. Some languages are spoken by millions, others by just a few hundred people in remote villages.
I know you lying.
This diversity is partly due to Africa's varied geography, creating isolated communities in mountains, forests, and deserts, allowing distinct languages to develop independently over thousands of years. Number 17. The Atlas Mountains have snow ski resorts. Most people don't associate Africa with skiing, but Morocco's Atlas Mountains receive regular snowfall and have functioning ski resorts. Mayne, Africa's highest ski resort, sits at 3,200 meters elevation. You can literally ski in the morning and visit the Sahara Desert in the afternoon.
That's crazy.
The juxtaposition is surreal. Snow-capped peaks visible from towns on the edge of the desert. These mountains trap moisture from the Atlantic, creating dramatically different climates on either side. Number 16. Lake Assal is the lowest point in Africa. At 155 meters below sea level, Lake Assal in Djibouti is the lowest point on the African continent and the third lowest point on Earth's land surface. It's also one of the saltiest bodies of water in the world, even saltier than the Dead Sea, with a salt concentration of 34.8%.
So that means you're just floating this water, right?
One of the hottest places on Earth, where temperatures regularly exceed 50 degrees Celsius, 122 degrees Fahrenheit. The surrounding landscape looks completely alien, with vast salt flats stretching to the horizon and volcanic formations creating an otherworldly scene. Number 15. Africa has the world's second largest rainforest. The Congo rainforest covers 1.8 million square kilometers across 6 countries, second only to the Amazon. It's so dense that sunlight barely reaches the forest floor in many areas. This rainforest is critically important for global climate regulation, producing about 40% of Africa's oxygen and absorbing massive amounts of carbon dioxide.
40%
The Congo
of the
River,
oxygen.
which flows through it, is the world's deepest river, reaching depths of over 220 meters. Parts of this forest remain unexplored, and new species are regularly discovered. Number 14.
Hey.
Mount
Ain't
Kilimanjaro.
no telling what's in that forest, y'all. It might be a whole. It might be where the aliens is at, bro. Aliens might be living there.
Kilimanjaro's glaciers are disappearing. Africa's highest mountain at 5,895 meters. Kilimanjaro is famous for its snow-capped peak near the equator. But those glaciers have shrunk by over 85% since 1912. At current rates, they could completely disappear by 2030. This isn't just about climate change. It's also due to reduced snowfall caused by deforestation around the mountain's base, which affects moisture patterns. The mountain creates its own weather system, but human activities are disrupting it.
We just messing it
Future
up, y'all.
generations might see a completely bare Kilimanjaro. Number 13. The Suez Canal connects 2 continents. The 193-kilometer Suez Canal doesn't just connect the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. It's the boundary between Africa and Asia. About 12% of global trade passes through this artificial waterway, making it one of the world's most important strategic geographic locations. Before the canal opened in 1869, ships had to sail around the entire African continent to reach Asia. The canal reduced the journey from London to India by about 7,000 kilometers. When it was blocked by the Ever Given ship in 2021, global trade was severely disrupted, showing just how geographically crucial this waterway is. Number 12. Africa has natural nuclear reactors. In Gabon, West Africa, scientists discovered evidence of natural nuclear fission reactions that occurred 1.8 billion years ago. The Oklo uranium deposits had the perfect conditions: uranium concentration, water as a moderator, and specific geological formations. These natural reactors operated intermittently for hundreds of thousands of years. It's the only known place on Earth where natural nuclear reactions have occurred. The discovery has helped scientists understand nuclear waste disposal because they could study how radioactive materials behaved over billions of years in natural conditions. Number 11. The Danakil Depression is the cruelest place on Earth. In northeastern Ethiopia lies the Danakil Depression, one of the hottest places on Earth with year-round average temperatures of 34 degrees Celsius, 93 degrees Fahrenheit,
Year-round.
reaching up to 50 degrees Celsius, 122 degrees Fahrenheit.
Insane, y'all.
It sits 125 meters
They're like a
below
whole
sea
different
level,
planet.
features active volcanoes, acidic hot springs, vast salt flats, and multicolored mineral deposits. The landscape looks like an alien planet with sulfur deposits creating yellow and green pools, iron oxide painting rocks red and orange, and volcanic activity constantly reshaping the terrain. Despite the extreme conditions, the Afar people have lived here for centuries, mining salt. Number 10.
here?
Africa's population is incredibly young. This is a demographic geography fact. Africa's median age is just 19 years old, compared to 38 years globally. In some countries like Niger and Uganda, the median age is 15. This young population is reshaping Africa's geography through urbanization. Cities are exploding in size. Lagos, Nigeria, grows by 77 people every hour. By 2100, 8 of the world's 10 largest cities could be in Africa. This demographic boom is creating mega-cities and completely transforming the continent's urban geography at an unprecedented pace. Number 9. The Serengeti migration is the largest land animal migration. Every year, over 1.5 million wildebeest, along with hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles, migrate in a circular route covering about 800 kilometers through Tanzania and Kenya. This migration follows seasonal rains and grass growth. From space, you can see the massive herds moving across the plains. The migration faces constant threats from predators, river crossings where crocodiles wait, and exhaustion. It's one of the most spectacular natural events on Earth, and it's
Wow.
been happening for millennia, shaped entirely by geography, rainfall patterns, and grass growth cycles. Number 8. Africa has underground forests. In Mozambique's Mount Mabu, scientists recently
Underground
discovered a lost
forests?
world, a 7,000-hectare rainforest that was unknown to science until 2008. The forest sits atop a mountain and was protected by its isolation and decades of civil war that kept people away. Researchers found species thought to be extinct and discovered entirely new species. It's called an underground forest.
That's where the
Not
Avatar
because
people
it's
live,
literally
y'all.
underground, but because it remained hidden from the scientific community. It proves that even in the 21st century, Africa still has undiscovered geographic wonders. Number 7. Lake Retba is strawberry pink. Senegal's Lake Retba, also known as Lac Rose, is bright pink due to Dunaliella salina algae that produce a red pigment. The lake's salinity, comparable to the Dead Sea, provides the perfect conditions for these algae. Local salt collectors work in the lake, coating their skin in shea butter to protect against the high salt concentration. The pink color intensifies during the dry season when salinity increases. From aerial views, it looks like someone filled a lake with strawberry milk. It's one of the most photographed natural phenomena in West Africa. Number 6. The Sahara Desert gets snow. It sounds impossible, but the Sahara occasionally receives snowfall.
How is that possible?
In January 2018, snow fell in the Algerian town of Ain Sefra for the third time in 40 years, covering sand dunes with up to 40 centimeters of snow. The contrast
What?
is surreal. Orange sand dunes topped with white snow. These rare events happen when cold air masses from Europe collide with the Sahara's typical weather patterns. While it melts within hours, photographs of snow-covered sand dunes look like something from a parallel universe.
It looks dope.
Number 5. Africa is the only continent that spans all 4 hemispheres. Africa extends into the northern, southern, eastern, and western hemispheres. The equator runs through the middle, and the prime meridian cuts through Ghana. This unique position means Africa experiences every type of climate pattern and seasons differently across the continent. When it's summer in South Africa, it's winter in Morocco. This geographic position has shaped Africa's incredible
It
diversity.
just goes to show how
No
huge
other
Africa
continent
is,
has
y'all.
this distinction, making Africa's geography fundamentally different from every other landmass on Earth. Number 4. The Sahel is a geographic transition zone like no other. The Sahel is a 5,900-kilometer belt stretching from the Atlantic Ocean to the Red Sea, transitioning from Sahara Desert in the north to savanna in the south. This isn't just a border, it's a dynamic zone where desert and grassland constantly battle. Rain patterns, grazing, and human activity all influence where the boundary sits. The Sahel has some of the most variable rainfall on Earth, making farming incredibly difficult. One year might bring floods, the next, devastating drought. This geographic uncertainty has shaped entire civilizations. Number 3. Fossil evidence shows Antarctica and Africa were once connected. Antarctica wasn't always frozen. Fossils of identical species found in both Antarctica and Africa prove they were once connected in the
What?
supercontinent Gondwana. The Karoo region in South Africa contains fossils identical to those in Antarctica's
South
transantarctic
Africa?
mountains. Around 180 million years ago, these land masses began separating. Africa's current
Oh.
geography is the result of millions of years of continental drift. Studying African geology helps scientists understand what Antarctica looked like before it froze over and drifted to the South Pole. Number 2. Africa has more countries than any other continent. Africa contains 54 recognized sovereign nations, more than any other continent. This division is largely due to colonial borders drawn by European powers in the late 19th century, often ignoring ethnic, linguistic, and geographic realities. The Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885 carved up Africa with rulers and maps, creating straight borders that cut through tribal lands and ecosystems. This arbitrary geography has led to conflicts, separated communities, and created countries with enormous internal diversity. Many of Africa's borders follow longitude and latitude lines rather than natural geographic features. Number 1. Humans have lived in Africa longer than anywhere else. Here's the ultimate fact. Africa is where humanity began. Every human alive today can trace their ancestry back to Africa. Homo sapiens evolved in Africa about 300,000 years ago. For most of human history, all humans lived in Africa. Only about 70,000 years ago did humans begin migrating to other continents. This means humans have been shaping Africa's geography and being shaped by it longer than anywhere else on Earth. Every valley, mountain, river, and desert in
I know y'all
Africa
heard of
witnessed
Lucy.
the birth of human civilization. When you look at Africa's geography, you're looking at humanity's original home. From splitting continents to pink lakes, Africa's geography is beyond incredible. Which fact
Really
amazed you
is.
most? Comment below.
Bro, I don't even know which fact amazed me the most, bro. There was a lot of them. I think maybe that's the sand with the snow, bro. The desert with the snow. Like, that doesn't even sound right to put it together in one sentence, bro. A desert that has snow, that snows in a desert. Like, what? It don't even make sense, bro. Look, comment down below something that's crazy to you guys. Hope you guys enjoy my reaction. Commentary. Hit that like, sub channel if you're new. Till next time, y'all.